Hello, and welcome to another update video on Bitcoin. So I want to start on the larger time frame for Bitcoin actually, because this is quite a critical spot now, at the moment at least, on the smaller time frame. But then it can help to understand the bigger picture as well. So someone asked me in the recent video, I explained that the move down from the August high can be potentially interpreted as a 5-wave decline. Absolutely, it could be 5 waves down. So that's what I said. And the question was, okay, but then why, if that's the case, why do I call it a warning? Because obviously the idea is that if we get 5 waves down, it could be a first confirmation for a bear market. Well, yeah, it could be. It's a first warning. Warning is not a confirmation, right? It just means, guys, we have here potentially the first signal that a bear market or a large correction might be underway. But of course, it's not a confirmation, right? It's a first warning. So what could happen in the white scenario, which is what I'm watching here, is that we are indeed in this larger degree wave 4, you know that. And this could have just been the A wave down. And next we're going to see the B wave bounce and then a C wave down. So this is eventually then going to lead us into a larger 3-wave move down. That means the 5-wave move down could simply be the A wave of the wave 4. But it could also be part of a much larger correction. And the 5-wave move down is always a warning, especially if it happens from potentially a substantial price top. Yeah. So I explained to you we have a combination here. We have enough waves to the upside complete to consider the entire bull market complete. Again, that's not confirmation. It just means it's a full wave count. And if we then get 5 waves down, it's the first warning. If I didn't tell you that, this would be irresponsible, right? I'm just presenting you the data, right? I'm not saying here we have a bull market top. I can just tell you from an objective point of view, we have a full wave count, and I've got a 5-wave move down, but we're still holding above support. And there are still bullish pathways, okay? And I really don't see much evidence that a top has formed, but it's the first indication. We didn't have that at any point before. They were all like 3-wave movements to the downside, okay? So in the interest of keeping it all transparent and helping you understand everything in detail, I have to highlight that. That's not a call for a top. I'm not the guy who says, okay, I called it. I can tell you I gave you the first signal, yeah? But again, this is too early to confirm. Now, it's true. This could simply turn into a larger ABC structure, but it could also be part of a larger A, then we get a B and a C. It could turn into that. The ABC structure you see here might surely be all of the wave 4, but it could also be the A wave of a much larger correction. And then from there, this might be an even larger A wave, and we complete much larger corrections down, along the way. So this would be a pathway for lower prices that I'm thinking about. Eventually, this could even, subdivide further, but we start to track it as an ABC structure first. So I think the real moment of truth will only come once we have the initial ABC to the downside complete. Because if after that 3-wave move down, the bounce is corrective, buckle up, it's going to go down further. And so at each juncture, we have to track whether the bounce is just corrective in nature. Okay, it will become even more, it will become even more clearly bearish if this is not a 3-wave move, but in case we actually form 5 waves down. That's then even more clearly bearish. Yeah, if this A wave is not a 5-wave move, but a 3. If this A wave, circle A, is not a 3-wave move, but it's turning into 5 waves. Then, we do have a proper warning. Then we have a first proper confirmation actually, and then a corrective rally, and then lower. So this is always what I tell you, right? If we have 5 waves down below support, that's a first confirmation. At the moment, we have 5 waves down, but within support, so it's only a warning. Something to watch, right? Now let's take a look at the smaller time frame. Here we don't really have much new stuff to report, but we do have, as you can see here, a 5-wave move down. And as I said, this could just be, this is everything zoomed in, by the way. this could really be a 5-wave move down. Then from here, a corrective bounce can happen. Resistance hasn't really changed. I can slightly adjust it. It's between $115,716 and $121,280. That would be resistance if we now get a B-wave bounce. But there is absolutely zero evidence we're trying for a bounce here. And then a C-wave down can still send us lower into support. Surely that could be an opportunity here, down there. We'll have to see how the RSI looks when we get there. Yeah, we'll see. For now, the idea is still we are at least in a wave 4 correction because we have 5 waves down and no sign of a recovery. In a more accelerated move down, we could even have completed wave A already. This was already the B wave and we are heading down much lower, more directly. So for an earliest indication that a low of sorts is in place, I mean, I'd say minimally a break here above the green line at 114,850. That's like a support line. That's where the selling volume started. Often it's a lot of people will have placed their short stop losses above that level. So breaking above it could be a further confirmation that at least a local low is in. But for now, I expect this correction to carry on for a bit because we have 5 waves down. You know the routine. Once we see something that indicates the uptrend is continuing, the larger uptrend, I'll let you know. For now, nothing changes here on the smaller time frame, but of course I'll pay close attention to it. I'll keep you informed about it. If anything changes, you will hear it here first. So hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, if you're interested in the membership, feel free to check out the channel page. There's a video that explains the member benefits. You get access to our weekly member live stream. Yesterday we had it. The recording is available. I think I covered like 30 to 40 coins. In addition to that, you get access to our member-only videos. Today I uploaded a SUI for members. And if you're interested in even further updates, Elliott Wave updates also on gold and silver, but also some stocks are included as a bonus, but you also get access to a lot of learning materials, Tradingview live chart, access to our live charts, then check out a gold membership where you can also then get access to the chat rooms. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.